Good day, my name is Mr. Nick and I'm with Major Education, and today's lesson got some clues on the board with these pictures. Let's have a look here. 1, 2, 3. What do these three things have in common? You guessed it, they are things you can read. But they are all different things. What do you think this one is? Fat, lots of pages, thick cover, a book. A book. I love reading books. Coming down here, it's a little bit like a book, but much more floppier, bigger, less pages, a big picture on the front. Maybe a photo with its title. This is a magazine. Coming down here, it's a paper, a bit more floppier. It doesn't have a spine like the book or the magazine, but lots and lots of writing. Maybe a couple of pictures. This is a newspaper. Another thing common about the three of these is you can read them all on electronic devices like your phone or a computer. Today we're going to be looking at newspapers and magazines. To start with, we're going to have a look at some vocabulary to do with newspapers and magazines. Can you open your books to page 106, please? Good. At the top of the page, under exercise 1, we have a list of words to do with magazines and newspapers. Reviews. Reviews you can find in newspapers or magazines, and they will be somebody talking about maybe a book, maybe music concert, maybe some music itself, and whether it was good or whether it was bad. A review of something you can find in a magazine or a newspaper. Advice column. You often find these in magazines. When readers write in with problems, and somebody, maybe a specialist, a psychologist, will answer their problems or have some advice for them. Classified ads. Newspapers often have these, some magazines do as well. It's a section of the newspaper where people advertise something to sell or advertise for something to buy. So if I wanted to sell my phone, I may take out an ad in the newspaper saying my phone is for sale for however much it will be for sale. Classified ads. Front page. Well, the book, the magazine have front pages, but they also have covers. The front page is very important for the newspaper. It's where the most important stories of the day will be. So if something makes front page news, it's the most important thing. The newspaper people think. Health. Magazines, newspapers may have health sections where you get lots of articles and advice about healthy ways of living. It could be previewing food. It could be looking at supplements that you take. It could be looking at exercise. All to do with health. And it will be a section, magazine, or a newspaper. Weather. Very important. Newspapers always have a weather section, and it will tell you what the forecast is for the day ahead, and maybe even what will be happening tomorrow. So a weather section, very important. Obituary. Have you heard this word before? Obituary. You can see them sometimes in magazines, but they're generally carried in newspapers. And obituaries are little pieces or articles on people who have recently died. Now the person could be anyone, they could be someone famous. If it's someone famous, they'll probably get a page or half a page in a newspaper. But if it's someone who's died, who's a common person or who's not famous, there will be a section in the newspaper for obituaries. And there will be small little pieces written about that person. TV guide. Something TV fans very much like in newspapers, where you pull it out and it tells you what is on channels for the next week. Maybe you'll even get some reviews of TV shows. We talked about reviews before. Sports section, generally at the back of newspapers, and it's all news about different kinds of sports. Football, cricket, basketball, athletics. There'll be all sorts of news and maybe even scores for very big games which have been played. And finance. There will be a section talking about money, talking about businesses. It may even talk about stock market. Stocks are things which people invest and they always want to see rise. But the finance section will talk about what stocks are rising, what stocks are falling, maybe even give predictions. So there are various sections of the newspaper. On page 106, underneath these words, are a series of sentences. Number 1, temperatures will drop to -5 degrees overnight. Number 2, what can I do? Number 3, Spectre, the new Bond film is spectacular. Number 4, the film director died yesterday, age 75. Number 5, racing bike for sale, brand new. Number 6, helicopter crashes, killing all on board. Number 7, banks cut interest rates to boost growth. Number 8, green tea helps arthritis sufferers. Number 9, home team scores victory. Number 10, don't miss the last episode on Channel 4. I'd like you to match these 10 sentences with the 10 words at the top that we just looked at, all to do with sections in a magazine and or a newspaper. We'll do some answers very soon. Great. What did you come up with? Number 1. Temperatures will drop to -5 degrees overnight. Which section of the newspaper do you think that would be in? I would think weather. Number 2, what can I do? I may have written into a magazine or a newspaper, and where I'll get my answer is the advice column. Number 3, Spectre, the new Bond film is spectacular. Ooh, it's what's called a critic, someone who looks at movies and says if they're bad or good. And I would find this in the reviews section of a magazine or a newspaper. Number 4, the film director died yesterday, age 75. Now, he died yesterday, very recently. We would find this probably in the newspaper, in the obituaries section. Obituaries. Number 5, racing bike for sale, brand new. Someone is selling their racing bike. If you wanted to buy a bike or another item, you would look in the section, generally in a newspaper, classified ads. Classified ads or advertisements. Number 6, helicopter crashes, killing all on board. It's not a regular thing which happens. It sounds like to me it would be front page news. So important that it goes on the front page of a newspaper. Number 7, banks cut interest rates to boost growth. Banks, interest rates, growth of the economy, that could only be found in the finance section, all to do with money. Number 8, green tea helps arthritis sufferers. Arthritis, sometimes when we get older, we get pains in our joints. And this is some helpful news to help us improve our health. So we may find this article in the health section, a magazine or a newspaper. Okay. Home team scores victory. Number 8, home team victory. That can only mean maybe a sports team has won a game. Where are we going to find that? In a newspaper. Probably at the back in the sports section. And last one, number 10. Don't miss out on the last episode of Channel 4. Oh, Channel 4 episode. What is that telling us? TV. We may find this information in the TV guide. So here are some different sections you'll find. Newspapers and magazines. Weather. Advice column. Reviews. Obituaries. Classified ads. The front page. Finance, health, sports, and a TV guide. I'll see you for part 2 of this lesson.